So in this video, I want to talk about why all men should be aggressive, and this is quite a statement to make because we live in a world where if someone is a little bit too masculine or if someone shows too much of an aggressive behavior, people will see it as toxic masculinity, and that's quite unfortunate because there's a lot of great things that come because of masculinity. There's amazing things that are caused due to aggression, and thus in this video, I want to go over why all men should be aggressive. Although with one key takeaway, all men should be aggressive, but be able to control it. So with that said, let's get started. Number one, aggressiveness can fuel your passion. So when it comes to individuals, they're all very ambitious, or individuals that want more out of life. A lot of times, they're very ambitious, and that's caused due to the aggression that they've got internally. They hold themselves extremely accountable, and if things don't go their way, they get aggressive, but aggressive in a way that they're not proud of themselves, in a way that they want to achieve more. So instead of using the aggressiveness for bad things, they turn it into fuel and anger to fuel their ambitions. And that's why it's super important to be this reckless monster, this aggressive individual, and then try to control it, because this way, if you're someone that's able to control it, you can use this as fuel to go for what you want in life. And there's this one famous quote by Dr. Jordan Peterson where he says that you should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it. And aggression is one component of that. If you're someone that is very aggressive and you're able to control your aggression and turn it into fuel, you'll be reckless and driven towards your ambition. Number two is part of your nature. So as a man, we tend to be more aggressive than females, and thus if a female tells you to be less aggressive without any sort of reason for it, obviously blatantly doesn't make sense, because we as men are differently programmed than females, and thus our brain works differently, and therefore aggression is programmed in our brain to protect ourselves and protect our loved ones in the event of an emergency. And thus aggression should always be a component of you, and thus never let a female or society tell you that you shouldn't be aggressive. Although there's a difference between being aggressive with no purpose, no agenda, and being aggressive with an objective, because the truth is that sometimes in this world we have to be aggressive, even though if we don't want to, just to be able to protect the people we love or to simply command the respect we deserve. Number three, aggression is your key to preparation. So there's this famous quote out there that says that it is better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. Because obviously if you're a warrior in a garden, you can still do your gardening things, but if difficult times come, you can fight because you are a warrior. While on the other side, if you are a gardener in a war, you're useless, you can't do anything. And thus that's why it's very important to have this aggressive trait in your personality, because in the instance where you do need it, you'll be able to use it to get this vicious warrior monster out of yourself. Number four, aggression towards yourself makes you a man of your word. So we all have those instances where we're just simply mad at ourselves. We're pissed off at ourselves, whether we've done something or we were gonna do something and we ended up not doing it. And the reason aggression is very important in instances like that is because you keep yourself accountable. Because it is very important to be a man of your word, and thus if you're someone that can't even keep yourself accountable, by being an aggressive individual towards yourself, you keep yourself responsible. Although if you're someone that's a little bit more weak and you wanted to do something and you end up not doing it, and you don't have this anger and this aggressiveness towards yourself, you simply won't keep yourself responsible. And the reason that being a man of your word is super important, because over the long term, if you're someone that's saying that you're gonna do something and you end up not doing it, over time you'll lose respect for yourself. Because think about it, every time you talk to someone and they always say they're gonna do something and you know that they're lying because they probably won't do it, you probably don't even take them serious anymore. You have less respect for them. While on the other side, if you see someone that says that they're gonna do something and they end up doing it and succeeding at it, you've got so much more respect for them. And the same goes for yourself. If you're someone that wants to have more self-respect and wants to get things done, it's very important to be a man of your word. And in the instances that you don't get the things done that you wanted to get done, be aggressive to yourself. Obviously not in a harmful way, but definitely have this anger, have this aggression towards yourself to keep yourself responsible and accountable, because otherwise you lose yourself over time and you simply have less respect for yourself. Number five, aggression commands respect. So although being a nice individual, caring about other individuals is super important, because over the long term people will trust you more and you build more healthy relationships, is an amazing thing. But when it comes to being aggressive, it's one of the quickest ways to command respect, because in some instances you don't need to build a long-term relationship to get long-term respect and commitment. Sometimes you need to get respect instantly, and thus by being aggressive, you can achieve this. And let's get one thing straight. I'm not talking about physical aggression. I'm talking about more of an aggressive behavior, showing all the individuals that you've got control. And that's the key thing. A man that has control of a situation is the one that commands respect and automatically is the dominant authority in the room, and thus in the instance where you need to get things done and instant respect, it's very important to be able to show this aggressive behavior when needed. And that's pretty much the end of this video. And a lot of times society tells us to be more kind, to be more of this nice individual, but the reality always shows us that the aggressive individuals, the more dominant people that always try to have control, are the ones that are succeeding in life. And thus being able to show aggressive behavior while still being able to have control over it is very crucial. And once you're able to implement this in your life successfully, you'll start to see amazing results. So thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye bye.